Hey everyone, welcome to the first official episode of the All In Recruiting Podcast. All right, in this podcast, we're going to cover a lot of different things. Today, we're going to cover a very tenuous, very kind of hot topic. I'm just going straight into it. Today, I'm going to talk to you all about the green banner on LinkedIn. Now, for those that don't know what the green banner on LinkedIn is, the green banner is a little swoosh in your profile picture that says that you're open to work. This is a really, really tough debate, and in my opinion, there's two sides to it. There's the side that is for it, that kind of encourages it, and there's a side against it. I'm going to tell you straight up where I stand, and I am definitely for it. I think it's a good thing. I think LinkedIn as a company, as a system, they help you, if you have it on, they help you be seen more. So I think just in general, I support it. Just to put it out there so you don't I'm not going to make you wait in the video. But I do want to kind of break down the different aspects of the green banner, because there's a little bit of nuance to it, just so you know. Okay, so let's break it down. Let's talk about if you are employed, okay? If you are currently employed, you probably don't want to put the green banner up as like open to work. It kind of gives it away, obviously, right, to your current employer that, hey, that employee is looking for work and they're probably maybe not happy or what's going on. It kind of gives them a reason to say, hey, you're open for work? What's going on here? So if you're employed, probably not the best idea to have the banner up unless you've had like a very open and awesome conversation with the employer and your manager's like, yeah, if there's a circumstance as to why, if you are employed and you have the green banner up, right? Like if there's a good reason for it and the relationship is there. But if you don't have that relationship with your manager or the company you work for, then probably don't. Now, what you can do on LinkedIn, on the back side of LinkedIn, in your settings, you can say open to work, and you can show recruiters like me that you're open to work, so that when I am recruiting for positions or for any other recruiters looking using their LinkedIn Recruiter, LinkedIn Recruiter is basically like the highest level of LinkedIn you can have to see everybody on LinkedIn. It looks similar to LinkedIn. It's just less fancy. It's just more kind of, you're poking around, changing different things, variables, and it shows you profiles. So when it shows me your profile, it shows me that you say you're open to work. And you're letting me know that, only me. And if there's a recruiter at your company, it does not let them see it. So it's kind of like a win-win, You're letting recruiters know, hey, I'm open for work, let me know. And you can tell them that you're open to this job, this kind of shift, that kind of shift, full-time, part-time contract. It's pretty detailed. It's really awesome, actually. It saves the recruiter a lot of time from having that conversation with you. Hey, what do you want to do? What kind of work are you open to? So it's awesome. So if you're employed, please just change it on the back end to kind of save you the headache from, having your employer give you a hard time about stuff. Okay, so that's if you're employed. If you're not employed, then I would highly recommend you have the green banner for sure. Why? Because literally LinkedIn will help kind of boost you to be seen by more recruiters like me or recruiters in your industry, right? So LinkedIn is helping you be boosted if you have that on. And then if you're engaging your profile more, if you're posting on LinkedIn and you're engaging on LinkedIn, you're connecting with people, it's going to boost you even more. So the chances of you being seen by somebody out there, a recruiter, hiring manager, is higher. It's just the numbers just show it. Now, the case for not putting your banner up or whatever, some people will say that it shows that you're desperate. And I understand why people would say that. I just respectfully disagree. I just think that it's a really good tool if you need a job. Like, it's not desperate. And if someone's saying that it seems like you're desperate, then I would probably, ask that person why would you think that? And B, if a recruiter is saying that it's desperate, I would recommend or highly I would highly disagree with that recruiter, and I would say, hey, maybe you shouldn't be in recruiting. Potentially, maybe. I just think it's the case for saying that it's a desperate move. It's just not. It doesn't come from a good point of view. I don't think. I think it comes from like an immature way of thinking about the job hunt nowadays. But again, I get why people would say that. So yeah, the desperate kind of thing is kind of like the biggest. There's a couple other points that I think, the perception of desperation, and the big thing is there's like this confidentiality thing where that I just talked about. That if your current employer sees it, it's kind of like it sends red flags everywhere. So those are the big things. I think if there's two camps to the story. If, like I said, if you're employed and you're unemployed, and there's two different strategies. The Green Banner debate is a big one. I think I'm for it if you're unemployed, and if you're employed, just change the back end of your LinkedIn or in your settings. Just say, hey, recruiters, I'm open, but don't make it public. Don't put the Green Banner up. And yeah, I think that's my hot take for this episode. The Green Banner, the data shows that if you have it, it's going to help you. It's going to bolster your profile and hopefully, ideally, help you land a job, right? And all that negative nonsense about perception of desperation, get out of here. Put that out the window. If someone is telling you that, then they probably shouldn't be recruiting or they've never recruited. So, or it's just nonsense. It's just nonsense. And I think LinkedIn is doing everything it can to help you find a job. That's their jam. That's the thing. Awesome. Well, this has been the episode for the first episode talking about a hot topic. We'll talk about more hot topics. If there's other hot topics that you want to see covered, let me know in the comments or whatever, and we can jump into them. Thank you so much. Subscribe, tell a friend, and we'll see you next time.